Okay, so this is Rose, and I'm going to show you how to do a bun for our recital. She has really kind of wavy hair, and so we've brushed it out, gotten all the knots out, and now I'm just going to spray it with some water. Not too much because we don't want it to be like wet, damp, like out of a shower. We just want enough so that when we put the gel in there, it's going to mix really well. All right, so look up at the ceiling. There you go. More. So I hold it back a little bit, kind of a ways so that you can, instead of squirting, getting one part of the hair too wet, yeah, right, Rose?
Yeah.
You're getting a nice mist to evenly coat the hair. So I'm just gonna do that. Do a little bit more on the underside here. And just brush that out, brush it through. Like I said, you want to evenly coat the hair. And just damp enough that you, till you think that the gel can go in there more easily. All right, go ahead and look up. Good. Okay, so I'm just gonna do, you can always add more, but it's hard to take it away. So just do a little bit, rub it between your fingers. I did about a dime size amount. I just run it through her hair, through the bottom, through the top, all the way through. Can you see the back? Okay. So, all right, all the way through. And I do want to make sure I get some up at the top here. Rose has a lot of these little flyaway baby hairs. And so the gel's gonna help. That's a little too much. All right. And I just have a wet towel over here to dab my fingers off. If you're at home, you can use your sink. Okay. I'm gonna wipe the rest of that off of my hands and then use a brush to comb through the hair. All right, and remember, this is for a performance, so we want it to be not like for every day. You really want it to feel like plastic when you're done, so you want to make sure that you really get enough product worked in there so that it will hold. Again, you're not doing this every day, so. Look up, Rose. All right, so next I'm going to make my ponytail. Her hair isn't drenched or dripping or anything, but it is damp, and that's how it should be. So you're just gonna make a ponytail. You want it to be right about where her eye, all the way back from her eye. Just like women, if you do eyeliner and you draw the line across and straight back to do a little wingtip. It's kind of the same idea. You just extend that from the eye, and that's about where you want it. You're gonna get it in the middle of the head. Try and get every hair. Okay. Look down a little bit. All right. Okay. All the bumps out and all those funny, like that, this space, I don't want anything like that. So I'm going to do with the brush, pull it through. I'm going to take a hair tie. Remember, it needs to be the same color as your natural hair. We more than likely won't see the hair tie unless you have very, very short hair, but that way, just in case, it won't be as noticeable on stage. I'm just brushing through the ponytail again. Hold it from the base. You don't want to pull too hard to pull that ponytail out. I'm going to tighten that up. I'm going to take a fine tooth comb and go over it. And if you get some bumps back here, that's okay because our bun will more than likely cover it up. Or we can use some bobby pins to fix that later. I'm just going around the entire outside and look down in the bottom. And pulling that up so it's nice and smooth. Again, for everyday practice, we don't need to do this. I'm going to use my favorite hairspray. It's the Big and Sexy hairspray I talked about in class. And Rose, go ahead and close your eyes. Yep, cover your face because we're going to do your makeup next. So I'm just going to spray. I'm really going to coat it once we're done, but I want to make sure that I'm getting those flyaways and everything kind of trapped in right now while it's still damp. And then you just smooth that back again with the comb. All right, so I'm going to brush the ponytail out one more time. We're going to start the actual bun. So I'm just grabbing the hair, I'm twisting it, slowly, gently, just twisting it, and then I'm going to pull it around that base and keep kind of tucking it in, smoothing it. And if you have some bumps, that's all right. We're gonna put the bobby pins in too. So there's this little tail end that kind of ends up happening, and so you just want to tuck that under, and we'll get that with the bobby pins too. So I just kind of tuck that under the like the bottom. All right, so I'm gonna take bobby pin, and we do our 4 anchors. We do our top, our side, our other side, and our bottom. So I'm gonna put the bobby pin down, one side down, and then push it in. Again, you want bobby pins that are the same color as your hair. We like to try to push them in far enough that no one will see that we even have them in. It's like magic. And so we're gonna push them in all the way, but again, just in case someone's, you know, able to see with their Superman vision from the audience, then we want it to look nice. Nice and natural. Okay, so now I've done my 4, and I'm just kind of going back around and adding some more in. Even if you think that the bun feels sturdy, you want to make sure that you really put some extra ones in there, because the last thing we want is for it to fall out on stage. It's a safety hazard for the dancers because there will be bobby pins all over the stage, and that's not safe to dance on. So we really want to make sure that we are tucking the hair in and getting those bobby pins really secure. So I just did another couple down here. And anywhere that I see, like, here's a little bump, so I'm going to just smooth that down, put the bobby pin over top, and then tuck it in. So if you put a bobby pin in and it starts poking your head, if you put it too far in, sometimes then it'll start poking your head. You don't want that either. So you just you know, pull it right back out and pop it in again. We don't want the dancer to be uncomfortable while they're dancing either. All right, so now I am pretty much done. I'm going to go around the head and do some spray. I'm going to spray the bun first. Some people believe in a little bit of hairspray. I believe in plastic. So you just use your fingers and smooth it down the way that you want it to. I love this particular hairspray just because it really does hold everything and starts sticking pretty immediately. So it's kind of like hair rubber cement. So, all right, so I did the bun. Now I'm just gonna go around and get all of her flyaways, and Rose has so many of them because she has such pretty baby hairs. So, all right. And I use my fingers sometimes instead of the comb. The comb is good to get those lines and those bumps out, or the separations out, but my fingers really help to push down those baby hairs. Okay, look up. And because you've already smoothed it out with the comb, if you use your hand, it shouldn't disrupt what you've already done. Try not to shoot it in your ear. That's a good thing. Okay, and then I go from the bottom too. The bottom is the trickiest. If you do need to put a couple, if you have a lot of stray hairs, then you can put a couple bobby pins across the side. You can put a couple bobby pins across the side. I do have an extra little bit sticking up here, so I'm going to put another bobby pin in there. And just get around and push it right up in there so that I don't have a bump. Okay, and then I'm going to do this side right here, Rose, and then we'll be done. One more. Yeah, I found some more bumps. There we go. All right, so that's how you need to do your recital bun, and it feels pretty hard. So I'm going to spray you one more time all the way around. Ready? And that is literally just to hold in everything I already did. So, all right, that is her recital bun. And again, straight back from the eye. We don't want it too high or too low, but thank you, Rose.